Good God in heaven!
We needed some good
Adam, are
chills
you
after.
okay?
Adam's dead. All right.
What do you get when a bunch of artists find old books and get drunk on their fantasies for adventure and boxed wine?
The Killustrators.
A Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Last time on the Killustrators.
Art closes his eyes and tries to commune with his god, and the connection is shaky at best.
Please, I'm seeking guidance.
You hear the words,
Have you learned nothing from the tragedy you watched happen before?
as hours pass, the sun rises up over the mountains.
Knack, he takes one last look at the horrible room that he's left, and then he scuttles out.
A lot of people died yesterday.
We're on like a hangover of murder.
Everyone had a bad time.
In times like this, I find it best to try to focus on the positive things.
Lieber is gonna hobble over and, I still gotta return this thing. He pulls out the relic.
Are there any druids present in this guild hall?
Yes, there is in fact a druid working. You spot a rather lanky-looking, awkward dude.
I seek assistance in a ritual.
He pulls out a small humanoid figure made out of compost.
This bargain is for my studies.
What are your guys' plans today?
Whatever leads to me thinking about yesterday as little as possible.
We go get a paper.
Ooh, 1 second. I want to take a bowl.
And then as soon as Knack walks through the doors of the tavern is when the granola goes everywhere.
If we're ever camping, Brix now has enough bowls for all four of us.
I'm helping.
Do you guys want to go?
Can we stay in town a bit longer?
He's got 20 big ones for washing the wall. But as you guys entered the guild hall, you did notice that there was a timid-looking dwarven man. I need help, and I didn't know really what else to do.
We might be able to take a look at that.
My horse and cart's packed up by the train station. I assume y'all got camp gear?
It's a shopping montage. Oswalt bought some rations and a bedroll. Knack sold his scimitars and bought camping gear. Art sold his full plate mail and is now wearing a lighter armor for movement. Brix bought rations, a bedroll, and made damn sure that Art was proud of her for not robbing the shopkeep and actually paying for things. Shopping montage.
Alright, so you guys buy your shit.
We bought our shit. Let's go.
I
Let's
assume
go to
Lockreed
this
has been
place.
following you around the whole time. Unless you guys split up and left him cold and alone in King's Peak.
Oh
Who
no, where are you
cares?
guys going? Oh, I guess I'll just wait here by my lonesome at my
Guess I'll
cart.
just wait in front of the
Hold
guild
on,
hall.
I'm gonna.
It's not like I was visibly shaking or anything.
What's
It's
that?
fine. Alright,
Fuck.
so you guys go out and you buy whatever fucking bullshit you need.
Yeah.
You all meet back up, assuming that you guys split up to buy different things. You all head out to Mr. Snowbird's caravan thingy. You all load into the back of the cart. You guys travel for a little while, and when it starts getting real dark, you guys go and set up camp. Still in like very rocky terrain. There's like a couple trees here and there. You guys set up camp underneath this outcrop of rock. It kind of looks like Pride Rock from The Lion King. Yeah, I did that by accident. To describe the shape of the rock, you set up your tents and whatever bedrolls.
Hell yeah.
Fire.
And,
I pull out a torch that is unlit, and I blow on it, and it lights on its own. And I plant it into the ground, and it stays lit all night.
Oh, marvelous!
It's a never-burning torch.
That's awesome. Lockreed, he sees you do that. And he's like, "Can I borrow that for a sec?"
It's not on fire.
Ah, shit.
It's magically lit.
Yeah,
it's not
but it's
fire.
not like fire,
No.
so it wouldn't light that.
No.
Like,
But I could.
okay, well, he wouldn't know that, I guess. So he's just like,
I walk over to help him light the fire.
yeah, he's like, well, all right. He's got a flint and steel. He's like,
I point a finger into his little campfire thing, and it just lights on fire. And And that is my
Wow.
create fire for the day.
Ah.
That's real helpful.
My other
Thank you
hand
very
is now on
much.
fire.
Wow.
But not like on fire.
Well, there's just a fireball perpetually in my hand.
Yeah,
Gotta say, I
but
ain't
you're not
seen-
like burning your hand.
I ain't
No,
seen
no,
a whole
I'm
lot
fine.
of magic in my day. That's still pretty amazing to me. Thank you very much. I feel like I really chose the right people for the job for this. Though I suppose you guys chose me more than I chose you, but still, thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Do we need to be concerned of animal types? While we
Hey,
sleep, not the bad ones, Brix.
hey.
I pull out Honey Badger and plant him on the ground. And he's just like...
And I put Wick and summon him up and be like, "You keep an eye out, young man."
My God. What-
Oh, what
You
have...
had a badger on you this whole time? And that guy's got skeletons?
You
What?
see, like, various other wildlife, like, scurrying in and out of my fucking grass dressing.
Is that a squirrel? I love squirrels. So cute.
They're pretty cute.
I love squirrels!
I fucking love squirrels. Yeah.
Get him.
Get 'em.
Fuck yeah, Dad!
Give me one of them squirrels.
Get that
I'll
squirrel,
raise it
Skater.
like my own son.
So I guess we're just all sitting around the fire at this point.
Yep. So you guys are setting up fires. I assume you consume some rations
Mhm.
I
so
don't
you don't
so.
die.
I eat the big ration.
You being the only one who doesn't sleep,
Oh, yeah.
you will probably notice throughout the night, Lockreed is generally kind of uneasy, like he's having trouble sleeping himself. Other than that, the night goes by without much issue.
Okay.
So,
You could also
Yeah.
just be
Unless
stressed
you-
out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Could
he's real stressed out.
Yeah.
If you wanted, you could have a little interaction with him.
could I
ask
just
him.
ask him about like what are the critters?
Again, I really couldn't tell you what these things are. I ain't seen nothing like it before or since, really. They seem kind of different every time I see them. All I know is that something bad's happening.
Can you describe what they have looked like?
Honestly, I only personally ever saw them one time. I know there's been multiple attacks, though, just because there have been multiple people wounded. And it's really difficult to describe. It was like I could clearly see that there was something there, but it looked like the absence of something.
All right.
It looked like I was looking up at the sky as it is right now.
Okay. All right then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm just gonna, put his mind at ease and say like, well, I'm sure we can figure this out. I'm sure we can help you with this. Feigning much more confidence than he has.
Oh no. Well, alright, well, jeez, I sure hope so. Other than that, night goes by nice, and the next morning, you all... What?!
During the night, in my tent, I set up the little man that I have built.
Spooky.
And I reach into my cloak and I painfully pull off a piece of my carapace, like the outer exoskeleton, and I shove it into the heart of the little creature. And then
God in heaven!
I clap my hands, and he is now alive.
So
He
you
is
just
just
have a gross little
He
man.
is a gross little compost man with a
Oh,
robot arm,
no.
and now he will serve me.
No.
Why?
No.
It's an experiment.
No.
I hate it.
Does it really sound like that?
No.
I guess so.
It does now. The same way that I made a voice for Honey.
Oh wait, he's not alive.
Oh.
I begin the ritual. I have to. This is going to take a long time.
Take
I
that.
stay up all night. I don't sleep. I just concentrate on bringing this thing to life. And I'm going to have to do this for many nights.
Good lord.
Yeah.
What in the fuck is this thing?
It's a boggin.
I hate it.
For some reason, the spell is a level 1 spell, but it requires a level 7 character to build the thing, and then it requires a week's worth of rituals to bring to life, and then he will do everything I want him to do. If you want him to be that.
He's gonna sound like that. Okay, so you guys wake up, everything's great. The little outcrop of rock is still exactly where it was, but everything's shining bright.
Why?
Everything's wonderful. What?
Why do you specify that it's exactly where it was?
I don't know, I just felt like bringing it up.
The entire landscape has shifted.
Oh! It's more likely than
You're
you think.
in the Fey realm.
Woohoo! I did it!
You have shifted, and you're now in the 9th circle of hell.
Oswald's like, neat.
Cool! Everything's dead here.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Shut up, dude.
I like that every time I do something druidy, you're like, Jesus Christ, dude.
It's fucked.
What is fucking wrong with you?
Because druids are kind
Well,
of fucked up.
Druids are kind of creepy.
Exactly.
That's why I picked
They're
it.
fucked. I like to imagine that, like, the old school druids, like the type of druid that you are, typically never really leave Bell. So, like, seeing them outside of that area or that region is like...
Knack is like an outcast in every sense.
Yeah.
Like, he has never been around other Thrycreen. He's never been around other people.
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird and doesn't have, like, a fucking gauge on social norms.
Cool. Alright, so you guys all wake up, and I assume just, unless you guys want to do something,
Not.
just
No.
pile on into the cart
Yeah,
and
I want to
head off.
Let's
And then
go.
you travel through the mountains, through this nice path. There's many trees. You see a deer. It's very
Oh,
exciting. It runs past you.
Sup, dear?
As
Later
it
on,
run-
you see
as it
another
runs-
deer. This one tries to run past you, trips, falls over, and gets up, and then runs past you. Yeah, it's really great. Everybody laughs. Lockreed's like, oh, wow, look at that.
How long are we traveling before
You
we
guys are
reach?
traveling for pretty much the whole day.
Okay, I do another ritual.
While in the cart?
Yep, as long as it's 8 hours and within, like, a... I mean, it's not meeting every requirement perfectly, but I think that might
You
just
guys
give
are
it
traveling
character.
into a more... The more you guys go along this path, it's getting gradually more wooded.
Yeah,
So...
I just have to be in the environment and have relative...
It's still like in a mountainous
Quiet.
region, but you're not as far up now.
Yeah.
Like there's more trees here.
Yeah.
So
We are in seclusion and in the forest.
Yep.
And anything that might not meet perfect expectation or specifications would just give it a little bit more character. So I'm
God.
I'm fine with that.
it's gonna be
Really
so
quick.
Yeah.
What is it that are you just sort of hunched over this thing with your hands on it, like mumbling, or like what's going on?
I'm like fine tuning it while imbuing it with magic power.
Brix is sitting across from Knack the entire time, just like watching.
I'm not telling everyone to shut up when we're like in the cart too. I'm not like hissing at everyone when they make noise. But
Just watching, tail flicking back and forth, watching.
don't swipe at it.
As you're riding, Lockreed, he's mostly quiet, but he's like keeping a real watchful eye on the like trail as he goes, because he still doesn't know what the fuck this thing is. He's real wary of like areas with a lot of creatures.
I
So
love
Critters.
critters.
I like to imagine
As
that
he
while
would
I'm
say.
building this thing, you're like crouched down, staring at it with like your eyes completely dilated.
Big owl
and
eyes, yeah.
every now and then you look like you're about to swipe, and I'm like, ah.
Yeah, basically.
And then
Dude,
What?
at one point when you notice he's pressing grass and things into the thing,
Yeah.
you should take like a tiny bit of fur and just into the side of it.
That-
just to see what happens.
oh my god, I don't know what that would do, because you have to
Maybe
like
that's why he's like, "Ugh."
as part of the ritual, you have to put a part of your body into it. So I don't know what would happen if you put like
multiple.
bodies.
multiple bodies. I mean, technically, it's all made of living material, so
Yeah.
mostly.
Except that robot piece.
Except that robot piece that it does have some wood paddling.
It does. It's just gonna have one arm that's kind of stronger than the rest of it.
That's his good arm.
Yeah. Take my strong arm.
Oh, God. All right.
Oh, boy! Alright, so unless you guys want to do anything during the ride,
No.
everything's
Just watching.
great.
Watching.
Oswald's
You
reading
guys-
his book.
Pull off the trail a little bit to set up camp that night. Lockreed explains that you guys are pretty close to where you guys are going, but it's still like... He'd rather not be traveling at night and, like, set up a light source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, you guys pull off, like, a tiny little clearing. This is a more, like, rolling, hilly area. You're still up in the mountains, but this is a little bit more smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly all rocks.
Oh,
So,
shit.
yeah, you set up the fire, everything goes
Spoilers.
great. You guys all go off to bed. You meditate, I guess.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night,
Ooh.
you guys are woken by a dream. The dream depicts the warped visage of a humanoid figure, its movements choppy and unnatural. His features would be impossible to make out, not because of anything obscuring them, but rather because your eye seems unable to focus on them, giving you an uneasy feeling as if there's nothing there at all, despite clear evidence to the contrary. This figure will be speaking in a dull tone in a language you recognize but cannot actually understand. So, despite this dream being generally uneventful, like nothing really happens, you jolt awake, heart pounding, heavy breathing, and feeling real uneasy, despite you not actually technically sleeping. You are resting, and like
Yeah.
you don't see that vision per se, but you do like snap back to awareness at the same time as everybody else, and are like equally as uneasy. Yeah. So you guys all like jolt awake. You're in a little tent. Everybody else is in a bedroll, I assume. Like
I
just
have
in,
a
like,
little blanket.
sleep. Yeah. So you're just
Yeah.
like sleeping on a blanket.
So we would all basically jolt awake, see each other wake up at the same time, and
Yeah.
be like, "What the fuck
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
was
Knack-
that?
Knack-
What just the thing?"
Knack is extremely superstitious about this sort of thing, and he gets out of the tent and climbs a tree and stays awake for the rest of the night.
Before you do that, though, as you guys all wake up at the same time, you will notice that standing off the edge of your like little campsite is Lockreed, just kind of staring up at the sky.
That's fucked
Hey,
up.
bud.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. Did I wake you up somehow? What seems to be the matter?
I have a feeling that I might know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah? I didn't mean to frighten any of you. I'm just, I just couldn't sleep. I don't know. What do you mean, though? I'm sorry.
The critters, the things that you've seen,
Yeah?
that they're there and they're not.
Yeah.
I think. Did you all? I'm not the only one that just. We all woke up at the same time. I feel like we all had the same thing that just happened, right?
Knack nods from up in the tree.
Oswald's pretty wide-eyed, and he just nods and draws the machete.
It's real slow. Like,
Yeah.
Marvelous.
You just
Yeah.
hear just hear nuts rattling and like chimes from up in the tree as Knack nods.
One moment.
Furiously.
Yeah.
Did I'm pointing at Lockreed, by the way. Did you see them in your sleep?
Honestly, I couldn't sleep any tonight. But I think I do know what you're talking about. I have been seeing them a lot in my dreams lately. Things that they don't move like they should, and they don't look like anything.
But what do you do? What does your town do? Where you're from? Do you
We're
mine?
just a mining town. We just
Did
mine like iron ore and things. Nothing special. Like sometimes we get some coal.
Did you find something strange? A door, a rock that looked different?
Not that Not that I know of. We might be able to ask somebody else once we're in town. But as far as I know, we were just attacked one day in the mines.
I'm concerned.
I'm concerned too.
No, but I feel like you might have let something out.
I don't. Out of what? Let what out of where?
The earth. I listen. Magic's weird.
I don't want to tamper with no magic. I really don't. That's the last thing I want. I don't understand any of it. If anybody's messing with magic over in Tremoria, I don't know anything about it.
Can I sense motive?
Sure.
I feel like he's telling the truth, but I want to know.
Plus?
I'm looking! 1, I guess.
Okay, so 16. So you are eyeing Lockreed like a little bit suspiciously as he's talking to Oswalt. As you're watching him, all of his body language is indicating to you that he's telling the truth. Like, he's scared and has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. just making sure we're getting off on the right foot.
Fair.
Safe. That's the smart play.
Yeah.
Knack just detects that all of this is leaning towards either undead or aberration territory, which has got him like a little on edge.
I mean, Art's kind of generally uncomfortable with this.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, he's already not, like, super comfortable with Oswalt and what he does. And then
Despite the fact that Oswalt loves Art.
Like, as a person, Art has zero problem with Oswalt, but the things that he does
yeah.
do bother him at, like, a core level.
That
for
makes
sure.
sense, I think.
Yeah. He's been brought up in, like, a school of, like, you don't fuck with necromancy. So, as viewing someone who is, like, literally fucking with necromancy, because, like, you have no idea what you're doing. Not what you're doing, but, like, what
it means.
The implication.
Yeah, the implications.
Your religious,
of what
like,
you're doing.
schooling would actually be pretty similar to Knack's, considering your god is all about natural growth and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
But yours is a new god. His is old.
Oh, shit. But, yeah, to have a vision like that is, like, very deeply disturbing. Because it
How does detect magic work?
You can see things that are magical. It doesn't
Within
tell
a certain
you
radius.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you what it is or what it does.
Yeah.
But you can just tell that it is magical.
Okay.
So if there was like a rune
I would
embedded in something, you'd be
You
like,
still have
so-
to use spellcraft to figure out what the spell
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So I need a target for it. I can't just be like, is there some fucking hoojoo going on around here?
But
You
you
could.
could.
You could, but you wouldn't
like,
be
look
able to
at
tell
what
what it
you saw in your dream and maybe see if you knew any crossover of that from, like, your studies and, like, your book and stuff. Because
like
it
you
does
can have
seem
a
like
a
that
knowledge whatever.
school of magic more
Do you
than
have
anything.
detect magic?
I do have detect magic.
It's probably within 60-foot radius, and then you'd just be able to pinpoint the origins of like any magic spell in the vicinity.
I will use detect magic then. Do I need to roll for it?
I don't believe so. No,
No.
just
It's like
just a
it's
skill.
like you've got heat vision for magic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll detect magic and then look around.
All right. Looking around, assuming that it works somewhat like heat vision and it just like operates as far as you can see.
It does.
You really don't see anything in particular, but like over the mountains in the direction that you guys were going, you can definitely see like some slight glow over the top of the mountains.
Oh shit!
Well,
So there's some magical
it's like a-
shit going
It's
on.
like a bright yellowy glow, but it's like
So like a magical sunrise.
yeah, kind of.
okay.
It looks kind of like the Aurora Borealis.
I point in that direction and I look at Lockreed. What's that way?
Well, Tremoria is in that direction. It's not quite that direction. He like points a little bit to the side, like from where you were pointing. It's right over there, and past there is like a little bit into DeBaron territory.
So, friends, I'm slightly concerned. I've used detect magic, and the sky in that general direction has lit up like a goddamn firefly.
That's
That is the direction we're
mildly
going.
disconcerting.
So-
yes.
Yeah, generally in the direction that you were going, but like where the town is a little bit askew from where the glow was coming from. Very close, though.
I have a great feeling that it's probably the mines. But
Maybe.
yeah. Wait,
If you look over there again, though,
Yeah,
from where you were, I assume you still have detect magic going.
yeah, I think it lasts for...
Yeah, you look over to the party. You say that. If you look back over in that direction, the glow is no longer there.
Okay, so now the glow is gone, so whatever this magical thing is, it's moving. Or it's blinking. Or it's pulsating. How much longer until we get to your town?
We should be there early tomorrow morning. Very early tomorrow morning. We could head out now. It seems like everybody's pretty wide awake. And then we get there pretty much at, like, first light.
yeah, I mean,
I think
Art's good to go.
it's time to go. When the guy that can summon skeletons is freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spooky magic. Spooky yellow magic in the distance.
Do you guys want to just head out now?
Yeah, let's travel.
Yeah,
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
Really
go, let's
quickly
go.
though, before we start heading out, I guess Art feels like a little tug on his pantaloons,
Okay.
and Brix is down there, and she's got her big blanket, and she's just like,
Can I sit with you, please?
Yeah, that's all right.
and she just climbs into your lap and goes to sleep.
Aww.
Art feels blessed, as you should when a cat has chosen you.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not it can talk and normally enjoys being
And rob you.
and rob you.
And it can rob you.
Yeah. He immediately lets his entire guard down.
Which is a shame.
Don't
'cause-
rob him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which is a shame because Brix is unconscious, because like.
Yeah, she'd totally rob him. But anyway.
All right, so you guys
Maybe
head out
he gives her a little scrooge once in a
Aw.
while.
and travel through the night as the sun is rising.
Knack naps a little.
Excellent.
He
Sleepy
needs it.
little boy.
He didn't sleep the night before.
He
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
did not. And then he got woken up in the middle of the night,
Oswald's wide awake.
wide awake and fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oswald's not cool with what he saw. Like, this feels weird even to him.
Yeah.
With
And,
the dream vision or with the spooky thing?
All of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
All right.
Art's pretty, I'd say Art's pretty, like, wired, too.
As the sun is breaking over the mountains, you guys finally pull into what looks to be a little town. Yay!
Woo!
This is the map.
Wow!
Yay!
Wow!
Yeah,
You
tiny
didn't
little
say there
town.
would be a town here.
Hell yeah!
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
you did? Oh.
All right, so
Wow, town!
the green buildings are all the like main buildings associated directly with the mining. The
Mhm.
blue buildings are all like residential things. All the red buildings are like little shops and other services. And that big ass fuck off purple building is their hospital. Yeah.
Hospital in quotations.
Well, I mean, they don't. It's not like a dedicated hospital. It's more like a clinic.
Ah.
This place doesn't have a guild hall or anything.
Do they even know of the guild?
Oh, they do.
Okay.
They're just too tiny to really warrant having a guild hall.
Yeah.
So, like, for any guild-related things, they go out to King's Peak.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or if they feel like going out farther, they'll go somewhere else.
Hmm.
But, generally speaking, they'll go out to King's Peak. So, yeah. Immediately upon arrival, the glum atmosphere strikes the party. So
Oh.
you guys all just, like, immediately notice that this place is, like, fucking
Sad as fuck.
downtrodden is all hell. Anybody that you see out in the streets right now, they all look like they've been tried for sleep. Really strangely quiet, considering at this point in the day, people would normally be, you know, getting out and getting ready for work and whatever. Like, starting their days. Really, you can only see, like, a handful of people that are walking around the town right now.
Mm-hmm.
And as you pull into the town, Lockreed will get his horse to slow down a bit. All right, well, here we are, and as you see, he like just points directly in front of him, and there's just this big fuck off hole in the mountain. You might be able to guess, but that there's the mine.
Oh.
And really, all the problems we've been having, at least so far, have all been in the mine. Now, I don't know how long this whole investigation is going to take you, but if you end up staying the night, you're more than welcome to stay with me. They don't have a whole lot of space, so people will have to sleep on the floor. Alternatively, there is a pub. It probably has a couple rooms. You know, it's not the best, but it's pretty cheap.
Lockreed, who's in charge of the mine?
Who's in charge of the mine? The foreman's name is Zestora, and she's a rather hard ass. She's an orc lady. Yeah. If you needed to ask anything about the mine, you'd probably be better off asking her. I'd be happy to escort you around town if you like, but if not, I'm probably just gonna be hanging out around my house.
All I need is directions to where she would be. Would she be in the mine now?
She would, at this point, probably be hanging out near the main facility. It's just to the left of the mine, entrance of the mine. Just keep going for it. You really can't miss it. It's a huge building.
Okay.
It's huge.
Alright, I don't know what you guys want to do, but Oswald's pretty fucking thirsty to go talk to this.
Oh yeah, Art would like to go.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the mine.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Me, the player, and Art, the character,
Yeah.
both feel like it's the mine. Let's go.
I start walking towards where Lockreed said this woman would be. And I'm looking for her actively.
So the closer you get to the mine, pretty much anybody that you see in town is mulling about the mine coming in and out of the giant ass hole. Like some with mining carts, some without. They're all like wearing proper mining equipment. Yeah.
Fantasy hard hat.
Mm-hmm. They all have like lanterns with them and shit. All that nice stuff.
How many canaries?
How many canaries? 0. They're all fucked.
Oh shit.
Wow, these guys are dead. Why are we even helping them?
They're not mining coal. They're mostly mining iron.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
well,
why they're
these
They
There's
don't
some
need to
fantasy
worry about
methane
the
in
black
there.
lung.
They're
They need to worry about the iron lung.
That's the problem here.
Yeah,
Fucking
they need
feed
to
you my
worry-
iron fist, you son of
They
a
need
bitch!
some ventilation down there so they won't see demons.
Yeah, they need to
So
worry about
what's-
fantasy carbon monoxide poisoning.
Yeah.
That's what they need to worry about. That's what the canaries
Oh,
are
you
for.
guys
That's
are
what
like,
this-
here's
that's
the
what the-
fucking safety inspectors. You guys are like
Yeah.
regulating.
I think
It's
we
actually-
solved
It
it.
turns out Brix was like actually a safety inspector the entire time. She like whips out her tiny little badge and like.
Wait, is it like one of those people, like air marshals or whatever? Like the people who are on planes, but they're just on planes to make sure that sky law is okay?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's Brix.
We Yeah.
figured out the ghostly visions. They're
Yeah,
just
the
from fucking gas leaks.
We just got gas poisoning when we were out in the forest all at the same time. That's what
Oh,
it was,
God.
guys.
fucking idiots. Anyway, how can
Just
we
like I
help
can't
you?
believe you solved my mystery.
I
can't
fucking
believe it.
hate you
This
all.
is fucked up.
I'm never playing games with my fucking friends again.
With my smart, stupid friends. Alright, so you guys, I assume, are just headed right for the mine, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna find the lady.
alright.
And get our info.
I feel like Brix would love the mine because it's where shinies come from.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could just tell her the mine is where
But they're not mining gold.
Still,
It's
Yeah, that's fair.
She doesn't give a shit.
Brix. Mines are where shinies are born.
Brix frantically tries to sprint into the mine.
And I stop her maybe.
You do not.
Oh no.
But somebody does.
Oh, okay. I tried to.
A large orc woman grabs you by the scruff of the neck and picks you up. She stands at about 7'2".
Okay.
So she's just like,
So short for an orc.
yeah, rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's modest for an
Yeah.
orc. Yeah.
But still very intimidating.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. She immediately comes off as very assertive.
You don't say.
Oh yes. Whoa there. You're not thinking of heading into the mine, are you?
Yeah, that's where all the shinies are.
Shinies?
Yeah,
These things, and then she just holds up a bag of like rocks and sparkly things that she has.
My God. Where did you come from? Why are you here? Why are you trying to get into my mind?
I came from my home, and then there were a lot of other places in between, but I'm here now. And I'm here to rid you of things so that we can get things.
God.
I'm tugging on Oswald's shirt.
I walk up.
I'm about 2 seconds away from throwing your cat.
I walk up to Zestora. Hi. I'm going to assume your name's Zestora.
You would be correct.
I'm under the assumption that this is your mine.
You would be correct about that as well.
So 2 things. One thing I would like to do for you is to first take that cat and remove...
Take it, please.
All right,
She, like, tosses Brix at you.
I catch Brix.
But, like, in the air, Brix is doing that cat thing where they're just, like, flipping wildly. Like, they look like a glitched ragdoll physics.
Do I roll to catch Brix?
Oh no!
Yeah!
Oh no.
Fuck you, Adam. Don't drop her.
You'll land fine regardless.
You're a cat.
You'll just have to do an acrobatics.
I got a 4.
You do not catch that cat.
No. Brix just, like, tumbles to the ground, unharmed.
Let's play Catch That Cat.
Okay. Just watch Brix fall, like, a foot to the left of you.
But then she like gets up and walks away like cats do. Like,
Yeah,
they didn't
like
do anything
I didn't do
wrong.
anything. You
Yeah.
see nothing.
Back to matters at hand.
Yes. What the hell are you doing here?
We were hired to come check out your negative space monster problem.
My God. Who's been telling you about this?
Well, Lockreed told us about it, and then we experienced it ourselves when they made their presence known to us in our dreams.
Dream thing, sure, that sounds spooky, but... Look, I'm sure he means well, but as far as I'm concerned, whatever's happening ain't nothing we can't deal with ourselves. I'm sure you've heard all kinds of things about this whatever's happening, but I'm sure it was nothing but like a couple accidents and maybe one animal. Please, if you want to help, just, I don't know, stay on the lookout near the mine. Maybe you can ask people around, but you ain't getting into my mine.
Hey, Tall Zesty, are you lying?
All zesty.
Tall Zesty.
Hi.
Can someone take care of this thing, please?
Oh, Knack crouches down next to Brix and pets her on the head while giving her a little piece of jerky to calm her down.
I want you to know that I am enjoying this, but I'm still mad.
And she's like eating it.
Knack nods. It's okay.
Okay, really quick, I'm going to start talking again, but I want to do a sense motive as well. Or,
Yeah. No, that would be great. Yeah, you should definitely do that.
I got an 18.
You can tell that she certainly believes what she's saying.
Yeah.
But more than that, you just know that she's real annoyed
Yeah.
by all the things.
Okay. All right.
By you guys, by the whole situation, by the fact that so many people aren't even coming into the mine to work because of this shit.
Okay.
And the fact that she doesn't even believe what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. I understand that this is a giant pain in your ass.
Yes,
I also-
that is an understatement.
I also understand that a woman with your intimidating physique, there's not a whole lot that you can't handle.
Correct.
However, if there wasn't a problem, these things wouldn't be happening. People would be coming to work. People wouldn't be reaching out to people like us. All we want is to help you. So here's what I propose. We're going to do what we have to do, what we've been paid to come here and do, and we are going to do our damnedest to not further provide you with ass pain while we do it. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then we're going to get out of your way.
Go on.
You clearly feel like this is a non-magical or Boogan-related incident. Could you point us in the direction of somebody who... Brix! I'm sorry I didn't catch you.
You hurt my feelings.
I love you. It was a mistake. This is why I didn't play sports. Is there anybody who happens to be around that does believe in the scary no spacemen?
Yeah, why don't you go ask your buddy Lockreed? He was the one freaking out about it the most.
Well, the general mood of the village is pretty low, so I get the impression he's not the only one. And also...
Oh, certainly not, but he's probably been the one spurring it on the most. People are scared, sure. Accidents happen. People get freaked out, for sure. Absolutely. But if you want my opinion, with all this craziness going on, it's even less... It's less reason to let people into my mind. Just wandering about. People are already on edge. You already said that.
Knack creeps forward.
Have you been having dreams?
Yes, I do have dreams sometimes.
Of ghostly apparitions?
Who doesn't have a nightmare from time to time?
Knack looks towards Oswalt, and he's like, puts his hands up as if, like, help me out.
I used all my vocabulary.
Look, I just want things to go back to normal. If you guys really have to be here, just keep an eye out. Sure, a couple of people got kinda hurt. You can go to the infirmary and check them out. You can ask them what they saw.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. You ain't getting into my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too much of a liability.
Okay, so we will go speak to the people in the infirmary. I appreciate your time. Just be aware, we're only here to help the problem. We don't want to... Your bad side seems like a place I don't want to be. So we're just here to help.
And while I appreciate that, you wasting my time with this isn't exactly doing a good job of that.
Well, alright then. We'll get out of your hair. And I turn around and I start walking away.
Yep, we're gonna go.
We interrupt this podcast for an urgent announcement. A young man by the name of Billiam Billsworth Billybottom, aka Billy, has gone missing. If seen, we've been advised that he responds well to talking about LibrisArcana.com. Suggested topics include their monthly dice subscription, the fact that they sell leather book covers, and the fact that you can get 5% off your final order if you enter in the code GUILD at checkout. If you have any additional information regarding Billy, please contact the appropriate authorities immediately. Thank you.
Are we out of earshot? Are we out of earshot?
Give it a second.
Give it
Bup. Yes.
I'm getting in that mine.
Oh, we're getting in that mind.
Oh yeah, we're definitely at mine.
Yes.
That zesty upright isn't going to stop me. I'm getting in there.
Zesty upright. Like
Yeah.
she's a fucking walking orange.
Like, Art is gonna like look at Brix and be like, I know we're not usually on the same page, but yeah, we're definitely going into the
Yay!
So yeah, I say we go to the infirmary.
Yeah, let's go to the infirmary and find out what people who've experienced these things have to say.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys have a nice little walk over to the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
You pass through a few streets because I mean you guys don't know where exactly you're going. You like before you guys parted ways with Lockreed, he did kind of like vaguely point you guys like where important things were, like where that tavern was with like rooms, and in the direction of the infirmary. He told you that it was like the westmost building in the town. So like you guys just start heading west from where you guys were and just kind of stumbling through the town. It takes you a little bit to find it, but it is the biggest building on that side of town, so it doesn't take you very long to find. You guys wander in, and like people are mulling about here and there. It's like a little bit more hectic than you might have expected for a town of this size, purely because, shit got whack. And yeah, near the front entrance, you are greeted by somebody at a desk, and is like, "May I help you today?"
We're here to investigate the accidents that have been happening at the mine. We were wondering if we'd be able to talk to anyone who's been a victim of these accidents.
Investigate. You're not all from town, are you? Are you from the guild?
We're in from the guild, yeah.
Okay, marvelous. Good. Okay, great. We really don't know what we're dealing with here, so some outside help would be wonderful.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, great. Well, I can take you to the room where our victims are recuperating. And yeah, so they get up from their desk.
I do want to point out that the medical staff referred to them as victims, and usually
victims
they
of
only
whatever.
call them patients.
Sorry. Victims of whatever accident.
See that we're like in a medical building / tent, and I wipe my feet at the door.
Oh.
You are absolutely correct, though. I should have said patients.
It's fine. I'm not going to nitpick. I just thought it was funny.
So the desk clerk takes you to see the patients. My B. And also says, "I'm sorry, I should have said patients. That's my B." Right. So they open the door, and there's 4 people who are all bedridden, just kind of hanging out. There are nurses who like stop by periodically, ask them a couple questions, apply some ointment. Yeah, all that kind of good medical shit.
Sorry, you said they were hanging out.
Yeah.
They're hanging out.
So I was just picturing like 4 beds sort of casually in a room. One guy's got a guitar, but it's in like one of those things that like holds it up for him because his arms are like both in
Sorry,
casts.
you're right. I'm treating this entirely too casually.
Anyway, here's In Pain Wonderwall. Ah!
Yeah. None of these dudes look good. They're all decidedly not hanging out.
Cool.
They're all in horrible pain.
So no In Pain Wonderwall?
No. I mean, one of them might suggest it as a joke, and somebody else might laugh and hurt from laughing.
And then throw a bedpan at him.
Dong! Oh! There was still piss in there! Why would you do that?
Piss if you're lucky. Anyways.
Yeah, if you're lucky. Jesus, dude! My God!
It's like a bowl full of
I'm already in so
bars
much
in there.
pain! Why would you do this?
Why? Why?
Boom! Jesus.
Go on.
What a horrible hospital.
Can we just talk to these guys who are just hanging out with their like
Their horrible injuries.
Horrible
They're
injuries
not
in their bedpan.
hanging out.
They're decidedly not hanging out.
upon further
Upon further inspection,
Yeah.
they're
might
not
be
in
hanging
fact
out.
hanging out.
They actually
They're
hate
all-
each other.
They would all really rather not be there.
They would rather not be hanging out.
This isn't a thing to be laughing.
No, it really
kinda
isn't.
Whee! Oof. Okay. So,
Getting punchy again.
so the desk clerk is now just kind of standing near the door while you guys do your thing. And now you're in the room with all these patients and 2 nurses who are mulling about doing, nurse things, replacing bandages and whatnot.
Oswalt quickly scans the room and kind of gets a feeling for who's hurt the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And then I approach said person.
My God.
He's the apex predator. He's picking off the weak in the thing.
Oh God. Enid, no! Enid.
We haven't.
Don't worry, once you pass, I can bring you back.
No. Just a
God in
really,
heaven.
just a really late healer. Anyway.
Alright, so it's pretty easy to suss that out.
Yeah.
There's a human man in the farthest bed from you.
They're all
Who is-
conscious, right?
More or less. One of them might be not napping, but They're all conscious. They ain't doing much.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, I walk over to this gentleman.
He does not say anything as you approach. He just kind of like really weakly turns and looks at you.
Hello, sir. My name's Oswalt.
Hello.
Jesus.
Yourself.
I didn't think he was gonna be this fucked up.
Oh, he's
Look for
fucked.
the most fucked up dude.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I know. Okay.
What were you expecting? You
So-
would be like,
so-
"Hey there, partner."
Really quick. I want. How much information can I get from him as far as like what his wounds are?
From what you can see.
Should I roll a spot for this or
No.
Roll
Because
gather
like they'd all
information
be
check.
gather information would be good.
11 plus intelligence, I think.
That sounds right.
Gather information. No, that's charisma. So 3. So that's 14.
All right. So looking him up and down, and he has like freshly replaced bandages. He does have few large bruises here and there, mostly up on his shoulder, and from what you can see of like his chest, and he's got like bandages pretty much everywhere. And anywhere that's not bruised has like this, it's like a purplish scarring. It kind of looks like a burn.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
So I introduce myself. Sorry to bother you, sir. We're here from the guild. We're here to investigate the incidents that have been going on in the mine, which I'm going to assume you've had some experience with.
Yeah.
If talking isn't too difficult, would you be able to give me some information as to what you saw or heard during the incidents that you suffered?
I can try.
I'm all ears, buddy.
Well, it started with this low. It sounded like a creaking sound from inside the mine. And I don't know how to describe it. It was like it was there, but it wasn't. It was like looking at the night sky, but underground.
And in the shape of a man.
No, not in the shape of a man, in the shape of some kind of a beast.
Oh.
I can't be sure, but I thought I saw something shining on it. Something glimmering on it.
As he finishes up his description, one of the other bedridden patients speaks up. This guy is a liar. That thing was clearly some kind of like a mountain lion or some kind of other thing. I don't know what he was messing with, but it wasn't no monster. He was messing with some kind of magic or something. When you turn to look at this guy, he's clearly got big gashes in his chest.
But he doesn't have any of those purple burns
Nope.
on him. Does anybody else in the room have those purple burns?
One of the better off patients has one down his left arm.
I'm gonna roll.
It's not nearly as bad as this dude's.
Yeah.
I roll a sense motive on the guy who just spoke.
Yep.
That's a 12.
As far as you can tell, you can't really pick up any indication if he's lying.
He just thinks this horse shit like the
Yeah.
foreman does.
Yeah, exactly. He's just annoyed by it, as far as you can tell. He's
But
like,
he's being
I definitely
clearly-
saw fur on this thing. Clearly, it scratched me.
So, seeing how you seem to know exactly what happened, mister, could you explain these strange purple burns that this man is afflicted with?
Again, I bet that guy was messing with some kind of a magic. Some kind of a spell. I never trusted this guy.
Brix hops up on his bed and is just like,
So does that mean you were messing with a mountain lion?
No.
Not even when he did this?
and she pokes one of his.
Ah! Whose cat is this? Get this thing out of
pick
here!
up Brix and step
No,
back.
I was interrogating him. I had him in the corner.
God!
She's got her little legs going.
Yeah.
No, when you pick her up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and like he doesn't have bandages covering his wounds. He's all like stitched up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Knack.
So like you can clearly see the like big like where the big gashes would be on him.
Knack kind of understands what's happening here. He steps back.
I'm gonna walk over to the guy that had the smaller purple burn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And does he acknowledge me as I walk up, or?
Hi.
Hi there. You mind if I ask you a few questions about
Go for it.
your affliction?
Yeah, sure.
So what happened to you? You seem to have similar marks to the fellow over there.
Honestly, I was working next to him
Yes.
when all this went down, and couldn't really tell you what happened. I just saw some like bright flash, and next thing I knew, I was on the ground. That guy was screaming, and then a few minutes later, the other guy, I guess he got scratched by something.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't really know. Like it happened really, really fast. There was a flash. I was on the ground. My arm was burnt.
So I guess my question for you is, and this may seem like a strange one, but bear with me. Did anything odd happen in the mine before these events? And I don't mean minutes or seconds. I mean it could have been hours, days, maybe even a week beforehand. Did somebody find anything strange?
Well, the strangest thing that I can think of, there was, like a couple weeks before that, there was this creaking sound, but like loud, like a roar.
Like a mountain lion's roar.
And we dug up a big temple. And it was covered in ancient writings.
Yeah.
And everybody was freaked out. They thought it was like the sound of the stone giving way,
We found
right?
but
We gave it like a couple days to see if anything would happen. We reinforced everything, and it seemed like everything was fine. And then the day before that happened, that weird creaking sound happened again, but louder. And again, we took the rest of the day and we checked everything and reinforced everything. It wasn't anything to do with the stone. So the next day we just worked like normal, and then that happened.
Really quickly, the fourth dude, because we know there's like two dudes with purple burns. One's really bad off, one's just got an arm thing. The dude with the cougar scars. What's the fourth dude?
This dude's
Dealio?
mostly just all bruised up.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, like, Art's kind of been hanging back and, like, watching you guys question. And I think he's just gonna, like, step outside of the room into the hallway. Like, I think he's just still feeling kind of uncomfortable about seeing people in this state right now.
So
But
is
he's
Art
just
leaving the room? Or
He's just gonna
stepping
step
away?
outside the room.
Okay.
So-
Real quick.
Yeah.
Hey there, Art. Go on.
So
Say you're leaving the
you
room.
step outside the room, and you expected that it would make the conversations a little bit quieter through the door,
Yeah.
but you start feeling a very gentle breeze and can hear everything exactly as loudly as it was inside the room.
Okay.
You're not sure why,
Yeah.
but you sure as fuck can hear it.
Okay.
Cool.
So I'm not missing anything.
No.
He's maybe also a little disconcerted by that.
Yeah, he's...
But at this
Art is
point-
certainly like... What the fuck?
Yeah. At this point,
Especially because, like, he's
Just choosing
feeling
to
that, like,
embrace
tiny,
it.
gentle breeze indoors.
yeah.
That's some Pocahontas shit.
Yeah.
Woo! Alright.
But yeah. So he's outside listening, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether he wanted to or not.
Yeah. Probably didn't want to, but
No, probably
sure as
was
fuck
like-
is.
Just trying to back away physically and emotionally, but here we are.
Brix!
Do we have
She's
to take you out of
interrogating.
here?
The fourth guy,
Yeah, he got
he
bruises.
he doesn't have any burns or cuts. He's mostly just bruised up, but he seems significantly more disoriented than the other guys. Like, this guy is just confused as fuck.
Alright. I'm gonna walk up to him.
Oh, jeez.
Hey there, buddy. How you doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seems like you've been in the shit.
Have I? I don't even know. I'm sorry.
No. Hey,
What? How? What's up?
is there anything that you can tell me that you can remember before things got confusing?
I feel like I can remember everything. I feel like I can see forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I remember infinity.
What about it?
What do you want? What do you want me to say? There was some kind of a shape. There was a whole lot of silver. I remember a whole lot of silver in like a really bright yellow light, and it felt like it was coming from everywhere. I felt like I was inside the light.
So, did you feel like you could remember infinity before the incident in the cave, or only after?
I don't know it. I guess I don't think so. I definitely never felt this way before that. No, I never did. No, I could not remember infinity before this. Before whatever that was happened.
Okay. One last question, and then I'll mind you to your business. And this one's gonna sound kind of weird, but these feelings that you're having, these visions, I guess, this vision, not visions, I will say, that you now have about how you can remember everything. Do you like it? Is this good? Is this bad? Or is this just a thing that's happening?
I haven't decided yet. I don't know. It's too much. I guess I don't like it right now. I guess I don't, but I got a feeling, man, that this ain't going anywhere.
I guess you just have to do your best to compartmentalize this unending stream of information that you seem to be given.
Yeah, thanks!
I love you just trying to give this guy like
Yeah.
real world advice.
It's precious.
So yeah, that guy's freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
As you might have noticed.
Thanks for your time. If you need anything, you come find me, okay?
Of course. Of course. Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna get friends. I think we should get out of their hair and let them get some rest. Friends, I think we have some stuff we have to talk about. I think it might be in our best interest to step outside to talk about said things.
Knack nods.
Yeah.
And walks outside.
All right, so we all walk outside, I assume.
Yeah.
It is a creature that clouds the mind, disguises in darkness to those with weak will.
I get the impression wills are very weak around here.
My will's also not that.
I
have concerns.
friends, I'm
on a metagame level.
I'm slightly I'm very concerned. It's either what our friend Knack here has suggested, or to make matters worse, it could be a thing that Brix.
Brix, you got something to say?
No. You don't know my life.
It might be what our friend Knack is suggesting. And this is going to sound odd, but bear with me. I when I was a young man, I read a lot. And I read this book that I thought was fiction, But it was about these things that were there, but not there. Like, you could be standing right next to it, and you wouldn't be able to see it or hear it or touch it. Almost like it was on another plane. And coming in contact with these things could warp your mind. And that fellow up there, who can remember infinity, he's got me spooked real bad. Not because I feel like he's a threat, but because I feel like whatever he went through, I don't know if we can fight these things. I don't even know if we can comprehend them. I don't even know if it's from our plane of existence.
We should tell the guild.
It would take at least a day and a half to get to an... I'm assuming that's correct. Like, we're yeah.
Yeah, we're a ways out.
So, another stupid question, possibly. Art, can you speak to your god thing about this?
Yeah.
We're not on speaking terms, right?
I mean,
It's complicated.
it's complicated is this Facebook status on that relationship. But I mean, Art knows he is able to do that. Whether or not I'll be able to get any kind of answer is one thing, but I can always ask.
Well, not to be a negative Nancy, but I am plumb fucking out of ideas on what to do.
You and me both,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. And frankly, the thick dwarven man with the 2 knives scared me less than this. And he had me opened up.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, quite seriously, yes. Yeah. Yeah, this feels like a whole lot of not good.
By the way, at this point, between getting up to the mine, getting to the infirmary, and like being guided around and talking to the dudes, and just generally all that shenanigans, it's not super late in the day, but it's like getting to like maybe 1 in the afternoon.
I mean, if we were going to break into the mine, we were going to do it at night anyway.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
And Brix is going to be the one to do it and let the rest of us in.
Should we not get reinforcements?
How?
There's a small chance, or a real chance, that whatever they're experiencing is the tip of an iceberg-style problem, and it's only going to get worse. I'm not convinced that there will be people left here if we're gone for a certain amount of time. And if this is something trying to break through, it might be too late to shut the door. Though, to be honest, I wouldn't know how to shut the door. I don't even know if I'm right.
Then we go into the mine.
Well, it seems like that's our only option. I sure would like Skyman to maybe give us some recon before we get murdered by an interdimensional thing.
I agree. How long would it take me to commune with God?
Jeebus?
You might need to like
I definitely
meditate
need
for
time.
like an hour
Yeah.
to like establish a connection.
Okay.
It's like dial up, dude. It sucks.
I know.
Should we get an inn?
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have Art grab a room at the inn and have himself be surrounded in like silence. I think that's his general route for meditation.
Should
All right. That tavern is near the entrance of town.
So maybe while you're doing that, Brix can maybe try to like steal a key or something to get in the mine. Like I'm not sure what kind of security they have.
At present, they have people posted outside, and as the sun starts dropping below the mountains again, they have a couple electrical lights that are shining light down on the entrance of it.
Okay.
And they're just hooked up to a generator that's to the back of the main building.
Just saying, gotta disable the generator.
Yeah.
Let's freak some people out.
Snap
Get
a couple
into
of
the
necks.
Oh.
Don't snap
You fucking
necks.
Metal
Poke
Gear
some
soliding
wounds.
this.
I think that one bad day we had may be warping our minds a little
Fucking
bit.
Yeah.
no, we just gotta filter all the dudes
Yeah.
away. We'll be fine.
I'll just
That one
grab him
bad
by the
day.
dick.
This is all non-lethal. I am doing only non-lethal damage to people who are not shadow
No, I know.
monsters.
Yeah, no, but seriously, I think
Space
we should.
shadow
We
monsters.
should probably figure out where that generator is and either disconnect it from the lights or just futz with it a little bit so that power isn't coming out of it. So that anyone that's guarding certain areas would be preoccupied with the lack of light, so we can get our asses in there. So I mean,
So here's my plan. So you're doing recon to get the general lay of the land,
okay.
while Art is making a phone call.
Yeah.
Me and Knack are hanging out in the pub, waiting to hear from God and Brix.
Hanging out awkwardly.
Yeah.
You being very talkative, and Knack just having one-word answers.
Yeah.
You know what, Knack?
Yeah,
You're a lot
boy.
like Wick. I see that conversation
Yeah.
coming down the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Oswalt is absolutely talking Knack's ear off.
His
And
ear
Knack's
hole.
just nodding and shaking his head.
So at this point,
Who's doing? Yeah, I guess we got two little side missions.
Art
Yeah.
is in the inn.
Yeah.
I want to say that to rent the room for the night.
Yeah.
Is $2.
Okay, fine.
Oh fuck.
I'll subtract that from my massive stockpile
Yeah, you
of
have
gold, apparently.
Fuckload of gold. How much gold do you have?
I spent a bit, so now I have 298.
What the fuck? Here I was being all proud because I had 50-something gold.
I sold a car.
Well,
I
beforehand,
don't have that much.
I spent all of it, which is what made me be like, oh, by the way, we talked about me selling the armor.
Yeah.
That
And
is
then-
true. I forgot about the armor.
And then Jeph was like, fuck, that shit's expensive.
It's so fucking expensive.
He
Damn,
gave me
son.
less than a quarter of the value,
Yeah.
and it's still too much money.
For
Jesus,
medium-sized plate armor, it's 1,500 gold.
Whoa.
It's stupid.
How much gold would Duncan's armor be worth?
At least 1,500, apparently.
But it's
No,
probably
way
magical.
more than that.
But yeah.
It's probably
His shit is
custom.
3K at least.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Yeah. He's a fancy bitch. He's bougie as fuck.
I was gonna say it's got fucking Louis Vuitton
Oh
Well,
my god, yes,
logos
it does.
all over it.
Yes,
I'm
it
sure.
does.
I'm
I
sure.
mean, it's also it's got gold trim and shit as well.
Yeah, it does because it's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Art
Art gets a room.
pays, does his thing for a while.
Yeah.
He's like, or whatever elves do when they meditate.
That's exactly it. Can you imagine? I mean, as much as I enjoy that, I do think he's the type to meditate silently.
Yeah. But in his mind.
In his mind, that's what's happening.
I like to
For
imagine that
sure.
a lot of the reason that he likes to meditate quietly is because there was somebody in the Paladin Order who did meditate like that.
Yeah,
And he's just like,
fuck you.
I'm never gonna make sound ever again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Afterwards, after one of their meditating sessions, the big group ones, he takes that one guy's side. He's like, just so you know, I'm taking a vow of silence because of you.
Yeah. Right now, silence, in the next 30 seconds, but I just needed you to know it was your fault. Just like, done.
Yeah. And then he does
Walks
the, like,
away.
he does the little zip and walks away.
And doesn't talk again for like 3 months.
And that guy's like, cool.
Yeah.
That guy is just like, fuck, that's shiny.
Mad respect!
Yeah. And he's like,
No, that legless looking motherfucker wearing a car just told me off. Sick.
Yo. He like grabs somebody else who's walking out. He's like, you see that guy? That's one of the coolest guys I know.
Who is he?
I don't know.
no. Anyway.
He's some guy. But yo, he just came out and told me he's doing a vow of silence. How fucking badass is that shit?
But he's
He
like,
said it was
please
'cause
stop
of
touching me.
I'm so happy I could inspire that guy.
I gotta sit down and meditate about this right now. Alright.
This guy. Alright.
I love him. I fucking love him.
His name is Lionel.
Yes! Lionel.
I know who's showing up randomly. In it.
God.
Fuck. Anyway.
Oh my
Anyway.
God, he's so good.
That's just an NPC we've got waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
Art's old friend.
Friend.
Old colleague.
Friend.
Holy shit. Alright, so
Okay,
what's the
well-
plan, Stan?
Either we're going with Brix or we're going with me right now.
Yeah. Whichever.
Let's go with you first.
Okay.
So we can assume that, like, Brix is just kind of, like, fuddling around for a
Yeah.
bit.
I'd imagine both are going to be fairly simple. Like you're
Yeah.
you're just getting recon. You're not.
Yeah.
Actually breaking in or anything.
Brix is just like with the group down there, sort of waiting for Art, and she's like, "I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna use my moves." And then they're like, "Don't use your moves." And it's like, "But I got the moves." Brix don't.
Your moves are weak, Brix.
But what it?
But the moves.
The moves. Yeah.
There were no moves, Brix.
After watching Brix dab, Oswalt starts trying to eat the machete.
I want a picture of Brix dapping.
Please
so
stop.
bad.
No.
Make it stop.
Well.
Starts trying to deep throat the machete.
Just comes out the back of his head.
Oh God.
That's better.
Sick.
All right.
All right, so let's start with you.
Okay.
So you're trying to commune with your god.
Yeah.
It's like,
I already know he's not super happy, or they're not super happy with me right now. But,
again, within a couple days.
yeah, it's been a couple
It's
days.
been a while since you communed with me at all, and now twice.
I need guidance.
What can I do for you? What do you need guidance with?
The people in this town are facing something that seems otherworldly. And I need to know if you know what it is.
You, like...
I
he
assume
goes,
I
like,
can, like, kind of, like, open my mind to God, so anything that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking
You're,
of,
like...
I don't
You're
need to, like,
thinking of, like, all
describe
the
it.
descriptions that...
What I felt, like, during the night.
Yeah. Yeah. He goes silent. Like, your god goes silent for a bit, but you can feel the, like, reverberations of, like, whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, really identify what it feels like, but you can definitely tell he's doing something.
I can tell that, like
he's-
I haven't been, like, cut off, like, communication.
Yeah.
is still there.
You can still feel the connection there. But it kind of feels like he's just, like, more or less scanning your mind.
Yeah.
Basically all the information that he can get from, like, your memories and shit.
Mhm.
Well, honestly, it seems like whatever is causing these is beyond my sight.
How? A little annoyed.
A little enough.
A little annoyed.
Sure.
Sure, God's picking up on that, so I'll just make
You
that
may
clear.
be onto something with this being otherworldly. For although I am mighty, I am still of this plane.
Alright.
So either it's being masked by incredibly powerful magic, or it is not from here.
I mean, I guess that answers some questions.
Mm-hmm. Although, granted, descriptions and a dream are not much to go on.
Yeah. I mean, you're
But
also a god.
the dream, I will say, is troubling.
Very troubling. We all had the same dream.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, is beyond my sight, and thus I can say with some certainty is either extremely powerful magic or is from another plane.
Alright, well, thank you.
I hope. I pray to myself, I suppose, that you use this knowledge to the best of your ability and can use the gifts I've given you.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Please. My patience wears thin with you.
I mean, it's a two-way street, bud. Like...
Oh, shit!
Excuse me.
Just all your powers gone.
You don't get to talk to God like that.
Wow.
I'm doing my best to help these
I'm
people.
out here doing my best. I stay hydrated.
You say that, and yet you've not used any of the gifts I've given you. And at that point, connection is gone.
Sart's gonna come down, and he looks a little upset. But...
Mad or sad? Or smad?
Smad. Definitely smad. Because, I mean, it stung, but he's also like...
Fuck you too.
Yeah, like, and at this point it's very much like a, well, fuck you too then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not having a great time talking to God right now.
Fine. Whatever.
Yeah, that's his expression. And I'll come down and sit down. And, man, this really isn't going to help the attitude about God around the table either. But,
Oh God, no, it's
Yeah.
not. Oh my God, no.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
Ah, beans.
all
I love that.
yeah, beans. All my God could tell me was that we are likely dealing with something either otherworldly or completely out of our league. Maybe both.
So, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I understand the situation. As you've explained him, your God is all-powerful
And yes.
and all-seeing,
Yep.
and so he's all-powerful and all-seeing,
All-knowing.
but he couldn't give you any more information than that, and he can't even give you usable magic. So, I don't mean to sound
There was definitely a sharp intake of breath and like a little like clenched fist as you said that. He's trying not to respond and like hear you out, but it was a very like
I felt that.
yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to understand is why how do I word this? Art, you're pretty amazing. You could do better.
Oh.
Oh.
Because I don't mean to be spicy. But your God sounds like an asshole.
Or just kind of nods right now. He's like, yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching you, you little fuck.
You son of a
I swear, if I ever meet this God person, I'm gonna have some words for him. Because if he can't tell us what's in the cave, he's clearly not that strong.
I'll show you not
Hey,
that strong.
A tree's gonna grow out of my chest. I'm just gonna be like,
Hey,
"Meh."
fuck you. Hey, tell him fuck you.
Say fucking anything.
Whatever, I'm a necromancer. He already hates my ass. What the fuck do I care?
Sure fucking does.
Yeah.
He really
He's like,
would.
Look at this crowd you're hanging out with. Who the fuck is this druid? Who is that? Does he have a skeleton? Is that a necromancer?
How dare you.
Who are you? I don't
like
even
I don't
know
know
you
you
anymore.
out all hours of the night, coming back with machete wounds. What are you anymore?
Well, Art, I think I speak for the group when I say we appreciate the effort of you talking to this garbage boy in the sky. Brix, how did your recon go?
Oh, was I supposed to be doing that while Art was upstairs? I'll be right back.
Oh boy, here we are again. We're at the end of another episode of the Killustrators. Hello, hi. It's me Adam, the editor guy. I'm back. I didn't die. I was just tired and had help last week. Not sure if you can hear my cat fucking around in the background, but it's late and I'm tired of recording this over and over again, waiting for him to stop, so you might just have to listen to it. My bee. Hope that's alright. Boy, oh boy. As usual, want to give a shout out to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. My man makes the jams. They are the tastiest. We'll be having a new episode in 2 weeks, so if you're excited to see what happens, make sure to be around for that. And if you like watching this on YouTube, it'll be out on YouTube on Friday. Make sure to check us out on Twitter if you want to keep up to date with what we're doing and any shenanigans that we get up to online, including arts and goofs. We are at Killustrators. We have a tasty Discord full of sweet people talking about all sorts of fun stuff. The show, other role-playing stuff, their own campaigns, their own characters. We even talk about our pets. Do you like talking about pets? You like kitty cat and doggy pictures, man? Ooh, we got them. We got them. Make sure to review us on iTunes if you got the time. It helps with visibility for the show a ton. Also, share it with your friends if you think it's something they would like. We rely a lot on people that like the show to help it grow. We're kind of hoping that we seduce you enough that you wanna introduce us to your friends, so that we can keep the process going, the train of seduction. Well, that's everything. Thank you again for spending your time listening to us. We really appreciate it. Things are starting to get pretty good, question mark. I mean, it's interesting, but I don't think incomprehensible nightmares from another plane are good. So it's a good question mark. Things happen in this arc. We're gonna leave it with that. I'm not sure if it's good. It's good to listen to. I don't know if it's good for us, but we'll see how it goes. I'm sure everything will work out. Everything always works out. Yay! Okay, bye.